Today we're going to talk about 3 easy steps to making better connections. There's 3 easy steps to making a better connection with someone. The first one is to listen. The second is watching and looking for body language. And the third is mirror and matching. Let's talk about each of those. So step 1 is to listen. Okay, listen to someone's speed or cadence of how they're talking. Are they talking really fast? Are they talking really slowly? Right? Listen for their tone of voice. Are they talking quietly? Are they really loud and sort of right there in front of you? And what's their main focus of their topic? Are they talking about people or are they talking about tasks? Because that's going to help you figure out, their personality style. So their speed or their cadence, a lot of times your outgoing people are going to talk really fast. So that's going to be at the top, right? That's your D and your I. They talk pretty fast because they've got stuff to say and they want to get it out. Your C's and S's are going to talk more slowly. They're going to be more methodical about what they're saying. Okay. Now their tone of voice too. D's and I's, well, let's talk about D first. So D is going to be straight and to the point. There's probably not going to be a lot of emotion in what they're saying. Same with a C, because remember, D's and C's are task-oriented. So they're not about people. So they're going to be straight and to the point, and you'll hear that in their voice. On the other hand, the I's and the S's are people-driven, and so you're going to hear that in their tone of voice. They're probably excited about something. They're very interested in their topic because their topic is people and relationships, and they're happy about that, so you'll hear that in their voice. And then also, again, what is their main focus? What are they talking about? Are they talking about details and tasks and facts, or are they talking about people? People, relationships, family, things like that. Okay, so that's step 1, is to listen. Listen and identify. So step 2 is body language. People say so much with their body rather than their words, right? So the first one is their posture. Are they coming at you in a confident way? Are they sitting up tall? Are they leaning in towards you? Leaning in is very powerful. You know that you did a good job, like you got somebody's attention when they lean in to you. They come forward and it's as if they're trying to listen better. So what's their posture? Do they have their arms folded and are they leaning back? Okay, that is definitely going to be somebody who's not interested in talking or interested in what you have to say. So their posture, you're going to find that D's and I's, since they're very outgoing, they tend to be very much in your face, we'll call it, right? They have no problem leaning in. They want to get close. They want to be talking to you kind of right in front of you. And whereas maybe C's and S's, since they're more introverted, they may lean back because they're not trying to be, we'll call it aggressive, but not necessarily, right? They're just they're just more laid back. So they may be leaning back even though they're still paying attention to you. And then look at eye contact. Are they looking right at you? A D will look you straight in the eye, say what they feel, and walk away, right? Say what they want you to do and walk away. But they'll look you in the eye. A C may not look you in the eye. They may be looking down at their papers. They're introverted, so they're not going to look you straight in the eye. The I's, they're happy to look you in the eye if they have enough of an attention span to stay there long enough, right? Because I's tend to be very distracted and they're all about what's going on around them. So they may look at you, but then they may look at something else that, popped up or 6 people maybe in the room. So they're looking at each one of them. And then the S's, they tend to have very good eye contact because they're interested in that person and that person alone. They prefer sort of a one-on-one conversation and they want to give you their full and undivided attention. Okay. And then the third one in body language is their movement. Are they very animated? Are they kind of coming towards you, and they've got their arms swinging and they're telling a story, and it's as if they're redoing the entire thing, what happened? You're going to see a lot of that. You'll know that they're an I. A D may come at you with like a pointed finger. We're going to get this done by midnight tonight. So they may point at you, right? And C's, they may point at their paper. They may be looking down. They may be showing you something on the computer. They want to show you their facts, but they're probably not going to be, we'll call it like flailing about, maybe like an I would be. They're going to be more contained, but they may be gesturing to the facts or, the details. And then the S's, they may have some smaller movements. If they're telling a story about their family or a friend that is close to their heart, they may have, some movement around that, but it's probably going to be more heartfelt and less animated. Okay, so look for those things. Okay, so step 3, here's the winner, mirror and match. Well, what does that mean? Well, it means to adjust your normal behavior, right? Because we're talking about behaviors here. We're not talking about what you are and what you cannot change, okay? It's your behavior. And behaviors can be modified. And we're not saying that you're not going to be yourself anymore, but you're just going to take a moment and realize who you're talking to, okay? And you want them to feel comfortable, even if you're just having a conversation with friends, and you want people to feel comfortable. You want them to feel open to talking to you. And of course, if you're trying to make a sale and see if you two are going to be a good match with your product or your service, you want them to feel comfortable enough with you, because people buy from who they know, like, and trust. Okay, so you're going to mirror them. So, and match, right? So if they're talking really fast and you tend to talk slowly, you may want to pick up the pace because you want to match them. You want them to feel like, oh, we have so much in common. And again, you're not putting up a facade. You're not lying about who you are. You're just making some minor adjustments to be in the moment with that person. So if you're a high I and you tend to talk really fast and you don't let the other person talk, and you're sitting with, let's say, an S, you're going to have to slow down. And you're going to have to let them take a turn talking, okay? So then you're either going to speak softer or louder, depending on who you're talking to. So I'm a high I. I tend to talk loud and fast. Okay, so when I'm talking to somebody who is maybe an S, I need to slow down and I need to calm my voice down. I need to speak in a softer tone and more quietly. Right? But if I'm talking to a D, for example, I need to be louder, but I need to be quick. I need to say, yes, we're meeting at 6 p.m. at that restaurant. And that's it, right? So you've got to learn how to adjust how you're talking. Okay, and then also match their movement. Are they leaning in? Then you should lean in. Are they sitting back? Then maybe you sit back too. And not that you're trying to tell them that you're not interested, but you want to lean back potentially until they lean forward, because when they lean forward, that means that they're ready, that they're in. But if you're leaning forward and they're leaning back, that's almost like a threat. So just try to match their movement a little better. If they're being animated, then maybe you become more animated. If they're very quiet with, less, let's call it interaction, let's say they're a C. You're talking to a C and you're not a C. C's aren't going to give you a lot of interaction. They are, but it's not going to be an emotional interaction. So it's going to be facts driven and detail driven. So remember that. So when, let's say you're an I, we'll use that for an example because I and C are opposite. Okay, so an I wants to come over and tell you all their stories and every single detail about what happened. And it's their opinion, and there's really no facts involved usually because it's just some story that was quote unquote fun. If you're going to tell the C your story, it needs to be more succinct. And it needs to have some details in it that are important to the C. Okay, don't give them all this extra information and sort of fluff. You want to be less chatty. So again, you're going to identify, their personality type, their behavior type. And then on step 3, you're going to use all that information to mirror and match. Okay, so those are our 3 steps. You're going to listen, you're going to watch their body language, and then you're going to mirror and match them. Okay, see you in the next lesson.